Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We want to present our presentation economy subject. The title is Elasticity. So my name is Muhammad Zimamin bin Azhar.
My name is Muhammad Ashraf bin Azari. And my name is Muhammad Ali Sizwan bin Muhammad Kamal.
So we
can explain all about elasticity. But let's go. Yeah.
So guys, I want to introduce the definition of elasticity. The definition of elasticity is a measure of the responsiveness of a variable that is quantity, demand or supply to a change in one of these determinants. So there are four types of elasticity. Number one is price elasticity of demand. Number two, income elasticity of demand. And number three, cross price elasticity of demand. And the last one is price elasticity of supply. Okay, number one, price elasticity of demand. Definition of price elasticity of demand is of demand can be defined as the degree of responsiveness of quality demanded to change in price. So the value of price elasticity of demand is always negative. Okay, this is due to the negative slope of the demand curve and the inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. So this is the formula. You can see percentage change in quantity demand over percentage change in price. So we can get quantity demanded new, and we minus quantity demand old and divide quantity demand old, and darab price old divide price new minus price. Five types of price elasticity of demand. First is perfectly inelastic. Two, perfectly elastic. Three, unitary. Four, elasticity. Five, inelastic. So number one, perfectly inelastic. E equal 0. Definition: a condition in which the quantity demanded does not change as the price change. So for example, when the price of insulin increase by 10%, the quantity demand remains the same because diabetic patient cannot change their consumption based on price. So you can see this graph. The price will increase because diabetic patient cannot change their consumption based on price. Okay, next, two, perfectly inelastic. E equal infinity. The definition of perfectly inelastic is a condition in which a small percentage change in the price leads to an infinity percentage change in the quality demanded. So the demand curve is perfectly horizontal. When the price is RM5 ringgit, the quantity demanded will be for 2 units. When there is a price change, there will be a 0 quantity demanded. Perfectly elastic demanded is a very rare in real life. So you can see this graph. Next is unitary. E equal 1. The definition of unitary is a change in price of the good will bring about a proportionate change in the quantity demand. So you can see this graph. The price is increased and the quantity will decrease. Okay. We go to number 4. Is elastic. That is E over the 1. The definition of elastic is a condition in which a small percentage change in the price of a product will lead to a large percentage change in the quantity demanded. So for example, when the price of compact this increase by 5%, the quantity demand for this will fall by 10%. So goods with high substitutes such as toothpaste and clothing have a elastic demand. So this is the graph. So price will increase 5% and quantity will decrease 5%. So the last is inelastic. One more than E. The definition of inelastic is a condition in which a large percentage change in the price of a product will lead to a smaller percentage change in the quantity demanded. For example, 6% increase in the price of petrol will lead to a decrease of 2% in the quantity demanded for it. So the goods below substitutes such as petrol and cigarettes have an inelastic demand. So you can see this graph again. Price will increase 6% and the quantity will decrease 2%.
Income elasticity of demand. Definition: income elasticity of demand can be defined as the degree of responsive quantity demanded to change in income. The formula is percentage change in quantity demand over percentage change in income. The type of income elasticity of demanded. First, positive income elasticity. As demand rise, demand for goods will increase. Positive income elasticity can be subdivided to three. First, unitary elasticity of demand. When there is an increase in income, demand will increase proportionately in only workable in theory. Okay, elasticity income elastic. E and 1 more than E. A change in income will bring about a less than proportionate change in demand. Goods which have this type of demand will be normal goods such as food in general and clothes. This is the graph. Elastic income elasticity of demanded. 1E more than 1. A small change in income will bring about a more than proportionate change in demand. For example, luxury goods like gold, jewelries, BMW car. This is the X, negative income elasticity. 0 more than E. As income rise, demand for goods will decrease. For example, different goods like salted fish, used car, lubricated. So you can see this graph. X, 0 income elasticity. E equal to 0. As income rise, demand for goods will remain the same. For example, necessities goods or rice, vegetable, salt and sugar. This is the graph.
My name is and I take over Ahmed, and I explain you about the cross price elasticity of demand. Okay, you can see this formula. CPED equal to percentage change in quantity demanded of good A per percentage change in price of good B. Okay, you can see this formula. This formula price of the formula is price of Parker pen. You can see this quantity of Parker pen in the cross price elasticity of Parker in is. You can see this. I tell you about the types of cross price elasticity of demand. One, positive cross price elasticity. E more than 0. As price of a good B rises, demand for good A will increase. This is the case of the substitutable goods. E.g. when price of coffee goes up, quantity demanded for tea goes up. Okay, you can see this graph. I tell you about this negative cross price elasticity. E or 0 more than E. Okay, and increase in the price of good B leads to fall in the amount demand of good A. This is the case of complementary good. E.g. when price of car goes up, the quantity demanded for petrol falls. Okay, you can see price of car, ED, quantity of petrol. Okay. Last but not least, okay, zero gross price elasticity. E equal 0. Okay, an increase in the price of good B will not affect the amount demanded of good A. In the case, goods are not interrelated in any way. For instance, should the price of sugar increase, the amount demanded of cars will remain the same. Okay, you can see the price of sugar and ED and quantity of cars. Thank you for watching this video, and thank you for the say hi Ron, and you can subscribe this video, and bye.
Wassalam.